Hey everybody, Curtain Jerks here. I'm Scott Narver.
I'm Steve Sears.
And this is our WWE Night of Champions 2013 predictions.
Breaking news, Jim Ross retiring. Now back to predictions.
Yes. More Jim Ross shenanigans as we continue on. But first, the kickoff match. Tag Team Turmoil #1 Contenders match with the Primetime Players, the Usos. When I say ooh, you say
so.
That's right. Tons of Funk, the Real Americans, and 3MB.
When that first started, when you were describing it, it sounded like you were going to say it like it was all a Bangkok death match. So it's like, a #1 Contenders melee match to the death! And then you say each person's name as their,
John Rambo!
The #1 Cobra, #1 Deadly.
So is that what that guy says?
Yeah, he's talking because it's
this is in Rambo.
It's like Rambo is
Rambo 4, basically.
They have all the Cobras in the room, and it's like Cobra #1 Deadly Killer, and it's just John Rambo sort of walking around. Does he pick him up or something? That's the beginning of the movie, and then what is he doing with them later? Oh, he's selling the Cobras to like the weird Cobra Dodgers.
Yeah, the baseball team.
The Cobra Dodgers. Who's your pick for this #1 contender match?
This is 5 teams.
And then they're going to pull double duty and wrestle later that night, you think?
That's what was assumed. I'm looking at not the app. I don't have room for it on my phone. This is, according to the website, there's only 5 matches listed, and we're going to assume, because Steve's deduction, brilliant by the way, fuck you Batman, that this team will then face the Shield that night for the tag team belts, since it is Night of Champions.
I assume...
Not Day of Losers.
I'm going with the Usos.
You're going with the Usos?
Yeah, wait, who else is in competition?
Oh, you want me to read those names off?
Only if you read them off the way I wanted you to.
Primetime players, the Usos, tons of funk, Real Americans, 3MB.
Yeah, I think the Usos or Primetime Players. It's going to go to them.
Yeah, why? Because they're faces?
Yeah. Why would you want to see... do you really want to see Tons of Funk take on the Shield at Night of Champions?
No, I want to see 3MB face the Shield at Night of Champions.
That I actually would want to see.
I want to see the crowd go...
They're getting ready.
Should we go get some snacks?
I don't know.
I like the Shield.
I wish there was a #1 Cobra underneath my seat.
Yeah, I want 3MB to win. It's a terrible prediction, but I want them to go on.
Are you doing annotations on this one?
Always.
Oh, speaking of JR, our delicious barbecue sauce taste test episode is... Where is it? Where is it? Where is it, Scott? Where is it on the screen?
It is right here. Right in the middle.
Right here.
Right in the middle here. You click on that link, you get to see us eat JR's barbecue sauce and the mustard and the chipotle ketchup, all that stuff with things that you wouldn't ever pair it with.
Right here in this very same set.
Mwah. Delicious. The Shield versus this other team. Does this your team? Do your Usos win the belts? Do my 3MB win the belts? Or do the Shield retain?
Shield retains. I think regardless, Shield retains. Because one, it's Night of Champions. It's the Night of the Champions.
Yeah, not Day of Losers.
Mm-hmm. I actually don't think there's going to be any title changes at this pay-per-view.
Not a one?
Yeah.
That's bold.
That's very bold.
That is a big, bold statement right there. Yeah, alright. Shield retains. Sorry, 3MB. Sorry. Divas Championship match, AJ Lee versus Natalya versus Brie Bella versus Naomi in a fatal 4-way match.
I take that back. I think one of the Bellas will probably win the belt because there's so much promotion going on.
It's only Brie.
Brie?
They took a Funkadactyl, a Bella,
and a cheese.
And a cheese?
Brie.
This face. Who doesn't love this face? So you're going Brie Bella takes this belt?
I think Brie Bella,
Oh,
that's
boy.
the one title change I think that's going to happen in Night of Champions.
You dare take it off my future ex-wife?
Yeah. Hey, I wish you would work on that, you know? I really wish you'd put the time on that.
What do you mean?
So it's not an ex-wife, man.
Look, she's on the road all the time. I'm paranoid. I think
You gotta be willing to commit, man. Trust.
CM Punk is just a guy that's been with damn near every lady in the locker room.
You know
I'm
what?
just gonna think that fire is getting rekindled.
That storyline is over, bro. And you know what true love is? Sacrifice.
No.
It's when John Lithgow shoots his girlfriend, and then because she's the only one with a pilot, cliffhanger. So
Oh.
Stallone movie.
I thought it was terms of endearment.
Sacrifice.
Oh, sacrifice!
To John Lithgow.
Mm-hmm.
I love that there's two John Lithgows. There's the really scary villain one, and then there's the super comedic, like, makes full use of his giant forehead and his giant Dan Aykroyd mouth.
Oh, sacrifice!
Yeah, he looks like one of the Coneheads that, like, got thrown out of Coneheadia because his Conehead wasn't big enough.
It's very true. Kids, Google that later. I say AJ Lee retains. And she wears the belt on her honeymoon. A world heavyweight champion, Alberto Del Rio, versus Rob Van Dam, with his new little personal ring announcer and sidekick
His
extraordinaire.
t-shirt holder.
Yes, t-shirt holder.
His t-shirt holder.
His fat burner holder, Ricardo Rodriguez. This is weird.
Yeah, it's because Ricardo's going to turn on him, right?
That's what people say, but he got beat up really, really, really bad by Alberto Del Rio. Like, he really beat the hell out of him. Threw him into stairs multiple times.
Hey, look, true love, man.
I don't know.
You can't change people that are busted upstairs, you know, man? Like, you just can't change that.
It seems so weird.
Alright, here, Fantasyland. If Rob Van Dam wins the belt, awesome. New direction, everything's cool. Probably 3 more rematches with Del Rio. He's probably got some... I think Del Rio has a contract stipulation that no matter what, there's always 4 matches after the match that's supposed to decide something.
I get to bite for the new Intercontinental belt like 4 times.
A rematch. Like, I'd love to see another Del Rio Sheamus match. I feel like that's never been done before. I feel like they should really do more of that.
And Del Rio Big Show, because, man, if anybody's got Big Show's number, it's Del Rio.
Yeah, I think Del Rio just, like, he's sort of like, you. I'd like to work with you a lot, all the time. So I feel like Rob Van Dam and Del Rio is all I've been seeing for the last couple weeks.
You go to Alberto Del Rio's house, you're not going to see... on his shelf, you're not going to see Cinnamon Life and Cap'n Crunch and Alpha-Bits and Golden Grams. No. You're just going to see Honey Nut Cheerios, and that's it.
And that's only if you can get inside his mansion security. Because he's a millionaire.
He's a millionaire. He's a Mex-millionaire. Alberto Del Rio wins. With shenanigans by Ricardo Rodriguez.
I thought you were going to say flying colors.
He wins with his new finishing move, Flying Colors.
What would be great is if Ricardo Rodriguez does turn and he pulls the t-shirt off, tuxedo underneath.
Unfolds.
He turns it just...
Oh no! The whole time! Since we're going predictions, there's no Dean Ambrose match listed on here for the United States title. Let's just guess an opponent and guess the outcome. Okay, I'm going to say Dean Ambrose versus... Oh, who's on the roster?
Yoshitatsu.
Oh, shit. Who wins?
Well, I'd want Yoshitatsu to win because I feel like that would really be great for Japanese-American relations. Not like we're having issues, but I feel like it's always good to bolster.
Yeah, that's a good point. You want a bolster.
But honestly, I think Yoshitatsu and Dean Ambrose would have an amazing match. You know what I mean? Like, if they just let him go with it and didn't have any sort of storylines or sort of the perceptions of levels. Like, if you think about it in terms of superheroes, it's like, oh, Spider-Man versus the Hulk. That's a run for his money, right? Because the Hulk is very strong. And so Spider-Man's a little bit outclassed, but it's... If you want to be entertained, it's be like, oh, this is a comic book. I'm going to write it that Spider-Man really gives Hulk a run for his money. And at least makes it more back and forth. And I think it's funny because it's wrestling. Any match can go longer than 3 minutes. I mean, it just if you decide it's a squash match or not. If you decide!
Use the app. I'm going to say it's Dean Ambrose versus The Miz in a greasy hair match. And Dean Ambrose retains.
Yeah, because he gets his hair greasy the old-fashioned way. Sleaziness.
That's right.
Being a great villain.
And then the Intercontinental title is not going to be defended, but instead we have the match of...
This is, I don't know, I'm not frustrated, but I think that this should be defended in this match.
Yeah, why not? Just throw it in there. Who cares?
Maybe because it's a handicap match could be the sort of justification, but it's Paul Heyman and Curtis Axel versus CM Punk. Because it's Night of Champions, it's not Night of Champions getting to do stuff.
Yeah.
It's Night of Champions.
Yeah, not Day of Losers.
Yeah, put the belt on the line. It'll be interesting. And if Punk wins, then what? All that does is elevate the belt.
Yeah, he gets the belt. That's fine. And then Curtis Axel can get it back through greasy-haired ways.
Yeah, sleaziness,
or greasy beard.
Nefarious stuff.
Greasy beard. So yeah,
he's also got the Caesar, where he combs his hair forward after he slicks it up.
Little curls.
Yeah, he's got the alligator teeth. Got the alligator teeth.
I say Paul Heyman wins.
I can see that.
I say Paul Heyman takes it home.
Punk gets to Heyman, but Heyman sort of pulls it out. Or Lesnar shows up. I think Lesnar could show up for Survivor Series, right?
I think...
Or is it too soon?
I think it's too soon.
But best case scenario, Brock Lesnar shows up.
I think that would be best case scenario. Worst case scenario is we get AIDS.
Jesus. What a worst case scenario. I wasn't even planning on watching the pay-per-view and I got AIDS.
That's the worst case scenario.
That is the worst case scenario.
A good case scenario is Paul Heyman wins with the Oklahoma Roll in tribute to good old J.R. Jim Ross.
And an affordable treatment for AIDS. I think that would be the best case. Just like a cure, but in the process to a cure, like affordable treatment for people and then allowing their immune systems to eventually overcome the HIV virus so that it no longer becomes a stigma and this sort of dangerous plague that's killing so many people.
Steve Sears writing Philadelphia 2 coming into theaters 2014.
I was told this was Philadelphia Experiment 3.
It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia Experiment 3.
Am I
starring John Lithgow?
Right?
AIDS!
Did you see The World According to Garp?
No.
It's good.
Comment below if you've seen The World According to Garp. And comment below with who you think Dean Ambrose is going to face. Put that down there. Comment below.
Hey, change policy. They're scouring the internet. They're looking for social media presence. If you say Kofi Kingston, they're going to put Kofi Kingston in.
Yeah, they read our comments, and if you're not commenting, you should comment.
These comments right here, they read them.
Yeah, those comments.
I'm sure a lot of people at WWE want Gaylord to fight for the U.S. title against Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, or Fuckface to fight.
Everybody wants those guys to get finally get out of the sort of the job squad, let them break through that glass ceiling.
Yeah. And then finally, the coup de grace WWE Championship match, Randy Orton versus Daniel Bryan. This is why it's tough to order the pay-per-view, because as you pointed out before, you have that sort of formulaic formula that you can't break, and you gotta go, you can't get it right away.
We're in the pay-per-view doldrums, almost. I feel like you can't have too many shake-ups now, because what are you supposed to do for your main pay-per-views? This is the worst part about liking wrestling so much that you want to see the behind-the-scenes, is then you have this sort of math equation that's never-ending, where it's like, oh, we can't do that because it's not going to make sense story-wise, or can't do that, can't turn Cena heel because it won't sell enough t-shirts.
And we gotta go further because the chase is there, and then the money's there, and then that's all builds up, so you can't do it now.
But,
darn us being so smart!
Oh, God, well, you're shaking the world.
Shake the world, shake the world.
I feel like...
Sorry, home viewer, if you vomited, comment below.
I think it's just... I don't know, you always want each pay-per-view to be a special occasion. Like, when you're watching wrestling...
And you want everything that you want to happen.
Yeah, they sell these pay-per-views as this is going to be a big deal. I want to buy it because I want to see it. But it's tough when it's just sort of this is just to coast us through the Survivor Series, or just trying to get us to the next one. It's...
the October one.
Yeah, Halloween Havoc.
Well...
I mean, it's no New Blood Rising, but
No.
I was so excited to see New Blood Rising. I never saw it, but it was like, man, New Blood Rising, this looks like it's going to be pretty cool, WCW. You've got my day. I have that taped on VHS from TV in my collection, in storage,
and I think it's the pay-per-view. I can't remember if it's the lead.
That's the one that burns off the swastika on all your boxes, right?
That's right.
Yeah, it's New Blood Rising. Just burns.
And the rat just looks at it like this.
Yeah.
That either the build-up to it or during that show where Hogan had to deal with Kidman, and he's made it clear that he just didn't like Kidman, didn't want to do a thing with him. It has the funniest moment where when Kidman hits Hogan with a chair, Hogan just holds the blade and goes whamp and then goes down. He just does it. Clear as day. Standing like...
Through his bandana?
Whack. No, bandana off. And just goes like that and goes down. That was when I was getting back into it, and that was a real light where I go, so this is the real world of it all.
Yeah, so this is when people are really disappointed with what they're doing.
Yeah,
I scratched myself there, and I realized how funny would it have been if I just been like, yeah, Scott?
And then I would have watched you like this. Randy Orton wins.
Yeah, Randy Orton retains. The quest just began. Like, it's too soon to end it.
As fun as it would be that Bryan gets it, but yeah, the hope is that you want to see it, but you also don't want to spend $78 to see the quest continue.
I mean, what I'd like to see is, I kind of want to see Daniel Bryan knocked out of the title picture in a way, to sort of fight back to it. He's in the picture right now, do you know what I mean?
Yes.
I think it's sort of like, go send him...
Make him a low contender. And
send him,
you got to earn your number one contender.
Send him to that pit in Turkey, so he has to fight his way back to Gotham.
The old Turkey pit.
Yeah, to take on Bane.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's also what I want a Dark Knight.
Triple Bane.
I wanted Dark Knight Rises to be 2 movies, and this it ends with him in prison and then Gotham being taken over. Second movie should have been Bruce Wayne fighting his way across Asia to get to, or...
With that Michael Jackson song. Mama say, Mama side of Makusa. Mama say, Mama side of Makusa. Mama say, Mama side of Makusa.
Wait a minute, is that going to mess up our...
No, I think, it was not very much like the song, so we're good.
Okay.
Parody. So, I see Randy Orton.
Randy Orton.
There you have it. What do you think? You got to comment below with your comments. You can't just watch these things and not say anything.
Yeah, don't forget to tell us about what you think about Ben Affleck being Batman either. That's pretty important.
That is true. And you want to follow us on Twitter at Curtain Jerks, and you want to listen to our comedy wrestling podcast, where we have characters, actual interviews, and all sorts of other stuff that you're going to have to listen to know all about.
It's just like this, but with your eyes closed. or if you couldn't see us.
Exactly.
Like if you were doing something else. Don't close your eyes while you're driving and listening.
Our podcast is available on YouTube, on Stitcher Radio, on ComedyPodcastNetwork.com, and iTunes. And subscribe to this channel right here, Curtain Jerks YouTube page. So you see our Daniel Bryan videos, us at E3, us at Comic-Con, eating Jared's barbecue sauce, drinking tea. By God, that tea had a family!